Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue our journey with Married at First Sight. Let's get to the show. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's see if anything of interest comes out of my face.
We're done. You're not going to get what you want to get. Get this camera off of me.
Like, him and Michael can sleep in a damn room together.
In fact, y'all should probably just go ahead and take this mic off.
Don't touch that mic.
Guess what I just did? What, you gonna put your hands on me? You gonna put your hands on me?
Yikes. So Brandon has a history with these camera people and producers. I think he might be at least a little intoxicated, so he feels emboldened. And it sounds like for him, he's like, look, I'm done with this whole process. I'm done with this relationship. I was done a long time ago. I was trying to give this another chance. So I'm done. And 2, get me off of this show. And 3, if you're going to get in my way, like we're going to have, this is going to come to blows is what it kind of sounds like. He's saying, I'm getting rid of the mic, get that camera out of my face. And if you want to get in my way, then some serious stuff is going to go down. So I really hope that Brandon can, not make himself look like a belligerent a-hole in this moment. So I hope he's just like, look, one of the things that I wish Brandon would do in moments like this is, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And here's the microphone. I'm going to the bathroom. The cameras aren't going to follow him into the toilet. And he can just sit there and wait it out. And then wait till he calms down. And then, sleep on the couch and they'll ask him questions and he'll be like, look, I just don't want to talk right now. Because I suspect that this show, the producers say, if he's going to reject us as producers and as camera people, I want you to lean into him because it's reality show gold to see Brandon flip out at the camera people. It's wonderful content. It's similar to the way paparazzi will follow around celebrities and try to provoke them to swing at them, because nothing's better for selling your videotape or your pictures than if Kanye West takes a swing at you or if Bjork takes a swing at you. That is the clip of the month on reality, or what's that show that has all the TMX or I don't watch the show. You know the show where they show paparazzi treating people like crap. So anyway, I hope Brandon can TMZ. I hope Brandon can hold it together so that he doesn't create more problems for himself in this moment.
Oh, that's not your property, dude.
Nobody has time for this bull.
That's not your property, dude? How does that have anything to do with the fact that Brandon wants to take off the microphone? I'm positive that these people on the show have the right to take off a microphone. They have the right to say, get this camera out of my face. I have a hard time believing that when they sign the contract that they are giving up all human rights to the ability for their own body. You know what I mean? So the fact that this guy is getting in his face is, I find to be just deplorable behavior.
Y'all should probably just go ahead and take this mic off.
Don't touch that mic.
Guess what I just did? What, you gonna put your hands on me? You gonna put your hands on me?
No, that's not your property, dude.
Who are you?
What's your problem, man?
So that is classic provocation behavior. Who are you? Who do you think you are, man? That is just classic. I've been around the block enough to have seen this kind of behavior late at night, outside of a club. People are they want to provoke me, or they want to provoke my friend, or my friend is trying to provoke someone else. This guy is doing classic provocation behavior, and this is just awful. I want to rewind this. So I just want to point out, all Brandon is saying is, I'm done, get the camera out of my face, I'm going to take off the microphone. That's all he's said so far. So what crime has he committed? What contractual agreement is he going against? Let's rewind this. This is awful.
Who are you? What's your problem, man?
Brandon.
Multiple times. Give me a few.
And I voiced this, dude, since the very first time I talked to you, I said, I will tell you when I can or cannot do something. And I voiced to you that I cannot make the camera stop rolling.
Again, just classic provocation behavior. Brandon is kind of standing his ground and he's being cool. I don't know if he's drinking more alcohol. That can't help. But it looks like there's a production person that is actually trying to prevent the producer from being violent with Brandon. Because look at the guy that is standing. He's not trying to stop Brandon. He's getting in the way of the producer.
I said that, okay? So, we're done. You don't want to talk to me? I don't want to talk to you.
Leave it at that.
Okay, leave. I'm not keeping you here.
Are we talking about like right now?
I don't know what his problem is. He's trying to stare me down.
Because you're a kid.
Okay.
What have you?
So this guy says, I don't know what his problem is. He's trying to stare me down. What? You're in his face, and he's trying not to make it come to blows. If the cameras weren't there, I'm guessing Brandon would have punched this guy. It's like, get out of my face or I'm going to punch you. You don't have the right to get up in someone's face and provoke someone, okay? So, but Brandon is like, well, the cameras are on, so I don't want this to come to blows. The guy's in his face, and Brandon is like, I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to ride this out. I'm going to look the guy in the eyes and wait for this to. And so this producer is like, well, he's staring me down. Well, what's the solution to this guy staring you down? How about you just leave him alone? I mean, do these people not have the right to say, hey, I need a break. Could we just not do this right now? I mean, because the producers are in this conundrum in that situation. One, they want content, right? So they're like, well, we want, the reaction, the postmortem from Brandon. We want Brandon to say like, I'm done, or I can't believe that Taylor did that. That's the common thing that they'll do in these shows is the postmortem after a fight, there will be kind of a post-interview. And so that's more content that the show can provide. But if the participant doesn't want to do that, they either have to leave him alone, which means that they're SOL and they don't have any more content, or they can provoke him and sort of press the issue. And I've seen a lot of the people on this show and other shows, they'll just give in eventually. They'll just be like, okay, fine, I guess I'll answer this person's question even though I'm really not in the mood. And then they get more content. But if the person continues to not comply, then they have this other option, which is, well, I'll just provoke them so that they actually freak out, and then we'll have even more content. And I just find this to be just deplorable behavior. They're essentially paparazziing their own contestant or their own people. This is someone who volunteered to be on their show, and they're using a paparazzi tactic on these people.
Leave it at that.
Okay, leave. I'm not keeping you here.
Are we talking about like right now?
I don't know what his problem is. He's trying to stare me down.
Because you're a kid.
Okay.
What have you do to me?
You're a piece of and
Yes,
you
I
are,
am.
honestly.
You
I mean,
figured me
she's
out.
just
You
as
figured me
big.
out.
She's just as big as a piece of as you. Like, I don't care about either one of y'all.
I'm a gold
I've been
piece
over dealing with this charade. This is stupid.
Okay, so I'm not going to endorse calling people names, especially the woman that is standing next, because it doesn't sound like she is being as provocative as the guy in the hat. But he's crossed a line now, which he's intoxicated, he's upset, he feels invaded, he's done this before. This is a mode that Brandon goes into. I wish that he could have just been quiet and just been, look, I don't want to be filmed right now. I don't feel like being recorded. Could you please just leave me alone? He was doing that for a while, and now he's going into his verbal abuse mode. And I'm guessing that once the dam has broken, then all bets are off for him. So let's watch this train wreck.
Turned up for it. It's your problem, man.
Okay. You can kiss. Okay. You can kiss ass.
Okay. I did this to you.
Okay.
If you want to go, you can go.
Nah, I'm just gonna hang out here and be a for no reason. Just because I can.
All right.
I'm gonna stand right here. You every step of the way.
You're not
Since y'all
under my
want
skin, buddy. You
Let's
can
do
whatever
it.
you want.
Nah, go ahead. What you doing?
You can follow me around.
Let's
You
do
can
it.
spill your wine.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready.
Child.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want want any of this.
So now they're in the same room, which I'm guessing this isn't going to go well.
Hold on. Guys, come on.
So even Taylor in this moment is saying, guys, come on. He's upset. Do you have to film every aspect? You're just going to make it worse. That sounds like what Taylor is saying right now.
Do you have your mic on still? Do you have your mic on still? Can you come here?
Don't touch me.
Please
Don't
stop.
touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Please stop.
Don't touch me.
So this couple is just so interesting because Taylor right now is trying to be nice and she's trying to de-escalate. She seems very much on his side in a lot of ways. But just earlier, everything was just so different that she didn't seem like she was on his side at all. So Taylor, it's hard to know. Sometimes she just seems like she hasn't really liked him for several episodes. And then other times it's like she seems like she really does like him. So it's hard to read her sometimes. Now, what I would do if I was if I was just in the room right now, I'd be like, everyone, just give him some space. He is not doing anything bad. He's just packing up and going home. He has the right to do that. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. He has rights. He's intoxicated. He should take an Uber. He shouldn't drive. Let's just leave him alone. One, because he deserves that, and it's the moral thing to do. And two, because we don't want to look like we are a paparazzi team torturing people on the show. One, that makes us look bad. Two, it's future people on this show might not want to ever be on this show because they see the way we treat people when they draw a boundary with us, and we don't want that. I will say that in my limited time watching reality TV, because you've been asking me to watch, shows like this, 90 Day Fiancé, Love is Blind, I've never seen a production crew do this to people where they seemingly intentionally provoke the people on the show. I haven't seen that. This show seems to be completely on board with that, particularly with Brandon, which I don't know if this is just their policy or something. It's also interesting that they have three experts, marriage and family therapist, sociologist, and a reverend. Would they sign off on this behavior? I mean, my impression is that the experts are at least somewhat of producers. They have some control. Do they sign off on this kind of provoking behavior? I mean, they seem like they do, because the first time that they did this to him when they were on their honeymoon, the experts had only negative things to say about Brandon in that situation. They had nothing negative to say about the way in which the camera crew was actually treating Brandon. Now, again, I'm not saying that Brandon's behavior is okay. But I will say that everyone has a right to say, get out of my face. I don't want to be filmed right now. Now, again, people would say that, well, why did you sign up for a reality TV show? But I think all of us could agree that when you sign up for a reality TV show, you're saying, sure, film me, which I think Brandon has been willing to be filmed. But at a certain point, if I'm beyond my limit, I need you to back off and give me some space. You're not going to be filming me 24/7, right? There's going to be times when I'm going to be allowed my own space, right? I'm sure that the contract at least has some notion of human rights. Now, the show has the right to say, well, if you're going to do this, you're just going to go and we're just going to write you off the show. We're just going to take out that whole section or whatever they say. The production crew also has rights because they're shooting a show, but to get in someone's face and to put hands on, which is what Taylor's doing right now. It sounds like Taylor's trying to be nice about it, but I really, really hope that Brandon is able to hold it together, because this could get violent. And I really, really hope that Taylor gives him some breathing space here, because that's what he needs. And as I have been hypothesizing from the beginning, Brandon might have traumas regarding what is happening right now. Invasion traumas, sexual invasion traumas, maybe even just filming traumas. Who knows? There are kids who are filmed during sexual acts. So it's possible he has very, very sensitive wounds related to what is happening right now. So it's not just an intellectual thing for people like, I just don't like being filmed when I'm upset. He could be having an extreme traumatic reaction right now. He had a panic attack when he woke up when Taylor was filming him one time. So this is a visceral experience for him. So I feel like people need to respect that.
Hey, well, that's...
You gotta take your hands off me. You gotta take your hands off me.
My hands are off of you.
Take your
But I just want us to...
Get off of me. Stop putting your hands on me. Like, get the off me.
Yikes. So she's putting hands on him after he repeatedly says, don't touch me. Why would you do that? Why would you? Now, is Taylor playing a game net right now? Is she like, well, I'm going to act like I'm really nice, but I'm going to, I'm going to subtly, passive aggressively provoke him. This is extremely upsetting to watch, actually.
Do not touch me. No. Bathroom, stop touching me.
You can get out of the bathroom, but let me move first.
Alright, you know what?
My God, she is clearly barring his exit right now. She's clearly standing in the way of him getting out. He doesn't want anything to do with her. That's clear. They just had a massive fight where they basically broke up. And now he's packing up and he's wanting to leave, and she's trying to stop him, and she's putting hands on him. Again, let's reverse the genders. Let's say it's a woman who is very upset and she wants to leave the show. And she's saying, don't touch me. And this man is putting hands on and saying, what? And standing in the way. We would see that pretty clearly, and we need to see this very clearly. This is upsetting to watch. Now, again, I'm not endorsing Brandon's abusive behavior, as he will go into, but he has the right to at least get out of the bathroom. And when you, for people out there who have been in this situation where someone is barring, you're in a closed space and someone is preventing you from getting out, that is a traumatic, triggering reaction. And so this is, I really, really hope that Brandon isn't violent, because it's really going to make him look badly if he can't hold it together in this moment. But everything is against him in this moment.
But I just want us to...
Get off of me. Stop putting your hands on me. Like, get the off me. Do not touch me. No. Bathroom, stop touching me.
You can get out of the bathroom, but let me move first.
Alright, you know what? Hold on. No. Actually, you know what? No. This is how we gonna do it. Let me go ahead and put this video on since you're talking.
That's fine.
Yeah, because you're tripping. Move.
I'm not tripping.
Yes, you are. This is for my own safety, because I know how you roll. You like to lie about. Good. Then move.
I think we need to talk.
No.
My God. So he is saying, get out of the way. I want to leave the room. To stand in someone's way because they want to get out of a room, this is classic abuse. Now, I don't know if Taylor knows this, and I don't know if this is an indication of some bigger behavior that Taylor exhibits or some bigger pattern that she has in life. I don't know. A very classic abusive behavior that I have treated many perpetrators for is preventing someone from leaving the room. When someone feels unsafe and they're saying, I want to leave the room, and for someone who is in a power position and trying to stop that, it is just classic. In fact, you can even be charged with a crime for preventing someone from leaving the room. So, and it's like Taylor is coming across like she's trying to fix things. Well, why don't you just let him leave the room and then you can fix things? Why do you have to stop him from leaving the room? And I've seen this from perpetrators before, where they'll come across like, look, I'm just being calm here. I'm just, get out of the way. Let me out of the room. Look, I'm just being calm here. Let's just talk about this. Like that is, this is awful. And I'm actually glad that he actually pulled out his camera in this moment, because he's like, look, the cameras are on the other side of this door, and unless I film this is going to be bad for me. So I'm really actually glad he turned on the camera.
No, we don't need to talk.
I think we need to talk with
What you need to do is you need to move.
No, I'm really fed up with you. You're really fed up with me.
Sounds good. Move. I don't even know what you need to talk about. Why are you even trying to talk to me right now? You should go.
Because, Brandon, I literally said that I'm going to be here. I'm going to be committed to in your marriage. So I'm trying to work this out. Like, not.
So you're committed to the marriage. Great. Get out of the way. Allow me my personal space and my personal agency to leave a room when I want to. That's if you care and you're trying to work on this marriage, you're not going to keep me prisoner by keeping me in this room. Now, again, maybe Taylor's confused. Maybe she doesn't know what she's doing is potentially heading into illegal activity. I don't know. I think everyone's intoxicated in this moment. Maybe her heart's in the right place. I don't know. But if I was in this room, I would say, Taylor, if he has to leave the room, you have to let him leave because you can't imprison someone. So move out of the way. And if you want to work on the relationship, let's visit this tomorrow or some other time. But right now, he wants to leave the room. You have to let him leave the room.
Not work this out, but I'm just trying to gain some type of understanding.
Okay. Sounds good.
It is.
You done?
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm not done. I think that we need to talk without the cameras.
Nope, they're out there.
We already talked about where I was, what I did, this and that. Why are you still bringing it up? Like you're trying to accuse me for.
Okay. We didn't talk about this. What you told me was you decided to fall asleep somewhere. But again, we had conversations.
We had one conversation where you were like,
You were going to come back to
at
my
the
house,
end of
but
the
you were
night,
so tired.
I was
You were so
tired.
ready to hang
and
out.
I said, I'm sorry.
All you wanted to do was hang out with me, but yet you...
Okay, so now she's willing to talk about it, which is good. I wish she would have had this attitude in the beginning, but there is some functionality to at least what she's saying. But again, you do not, forcibly keep someone in a room and then say, I want to talk about it. Now, some people might say, well, he's bigger. He could push her out of the way. Well, we all know that it's wrong to put hands on. So for him to put hands on her and push her actually could also be considered assault. So, and I'm sure that Brandon is calculating that. Like, if I could, I would push her out of the way. But in fact, he tried to do that before he turned the camera on because she was getting in the way. Now, it looks like Brandon is like, okay, well, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here. So I guess I'll, just ride this out. This person's going to post up right in front of me in the door, and the cameras are on the other side, and I'm stuck. I can't do anything, so I guess I'll just live with this until somehow I can get out of this door and I can go home. I'm guessing that's what Brandon is thinking.
And you spent the whole night and you spent the night with them.
Yes, I did.
Yes, but you're a married woman.
Yes.
Do you hear yourself?
Brandon, if I go tell you,
You don't
I
hear
got
it.
Brandon, if you have a problem with that, then that's fine. But
You know
don't
what?
tell me what I can't
No, but-
with you.
but-
And I said, I'm so sorry.
This is what you do. You just keep talking over me.
Brandon, if my
You don't
friends...
make sense.
Hold on a
Guys,
second. If my friends are here from Florida, I'm like,
Hey, Brandon, you're not letting me be. At this
It's
point,
not that
I
I'm not
need to-
letting you leave.
I know, but I mean,
I
you
went out
guys,
of
I think maybe you should.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Interesting. I didn't hear what the producer said, but it sounds like the producer is like, you have to let him leave the room. And let's rewind and see if we can hear what she said.
You don't make sense.
Hold on a
Guys,
second. If my friends are here from Florida, I'm like,
Hey, Brandon, you're not letting me be. At this
It's
point,
not that
I
I'm
need
not
to-
letting you leave.
I know, but I mean,
I
you
went out
guys,
of
I think maybe you should.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish you guys wouldn't have came in.
I'm glad you did.
No, you're not.
Yeah, so that makes total sense. Brandon's like, I'm glad you came in and got her to move out of the way so I could leave the room. Like I said, maybe Taylor's heart's in the right place. I don't know. We'd have to talk to Taylor's past relationships and get an idea of her pattern, because if we would hear from other men that she exhibits controlling, physically intimidating behaviors, then we would see a pattern and an attitude that results in what we just saw. Or if we saw like a complete lack of that behavior, then maybe Taylor was just confused in the moment and just was desperate and didn't know what to do, and maybe she can learn from this temporary issue. So I don't know, but I will tell people out there, if someone wants to leave a room, you cannot prevent them from leaving unless there's something very strange. But if Brandon is just in a room, just like, look, I went into the bathroom to get my stuff, and now I want to get out of the bathroom and I want to go home, You don't have the right to stop them from leaving. There's really no reason to do that. And you're asking for an altercation in that moment.
I don't argue. I don't argue with people.
You argue with me all the time.
Yeah, that's just free tickets. All right. Let me try.
This is way too much.
I'm standing there.
The whole point of the couples retreat was to like come here, relax, enjoy my time with Brandon. But like, I mean, tonight I'm sleeping by myself, but honestly, like, maybe that's how it should be.
All right. Well, that does it for that very difficult episode of Psychology in Seattle. Let me know what you think below. I'm curious. Do you agree with me? Am I on the right track here? I don't know. I mean, I have to say it's very upsetting to me personally to watch something like that. So when I'm upset personally, maybe my perception or my bias kicks in and I'm seeing things in a biased manner. I don't know. You tell me. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.